and welcome to another edition of Motoring Northwest with me, Mark Stone, and Ken the Cam, here today at Huntroyd Hall with the new Suzuki Swift 4x4. Suzuki are well known for producing unusual small cars. The best known was produced in the late 70s, early 80s, officially entitled the SC100, but better known as the Whiskid, of which just over 1,800 made their way to the UK. Little 950cc rear engine boxy car. The interesting thing was, when they increased the engine from 3-cylinder to 4-cylinder, they had to put extra weight in the front bumper to keep the front wheels down on the ground. Reason for that car's existence was, it was an effort to cut down on congested parking in Tokyo, but the car developed a global following, and a following that the little car enjoys today. Suzuki's little cars after that, well, you had the Wagon-R, which had all the appeal of a washing machine with a few extra doors, but it did do its job. Currently, of course, you've got the Alto and you've got the Splash. The Splash is actually a smaller version of the Swift you see here today, whilst the Alto is just a small get you round town sort of vehicle. It does have its place. It's very popular, shall we say, with people of advancing years, to a degree that you've got to show your bus pass and your pension book in the dealership before they'll actually sell you one. However, the Swift all-wheel drive disappeared for a while, but now it's come back. Under the bonnet, you have a little 94 brake horsepower 1.2 16 valve engine. It isn't the liveliest engine you'll ever come across, but given the low emissions the car has and the fact that it is zero road tax, that is the good thing about it. Equally, in four-wheel drive guys, it gives people who don't want a true four-wheel drive, such as Nissan's excellent little Jimny or Vitaras, but it is still gravel tracks, snow, greasy surfaces and a few fields, providing they're reasonably level. It'll cope very, very admirably with them. Where Suzuki have got the Swift right, as they've always done with all the small cars, apart from the aforementioned Wagon-R, the shape's right. It's a nice little friendly shaped vehicle. It appeals, it doesn't offend. It's nice and dome shaped. Little bustle back for the small luggage compartment, but predominantly it's designed to get 4 people around the place with minimum fuss and maximum effort. For the simple reason, it will do whatever you want it to do. It's a handy little car. It's a pleasing shape. There's nothing about this car that will get the greenies all revved up about you driving round in an unwanted 4-wheel drive. The vehicle, as I said, is designed predominantly for moving passengers. It claims 5, but 4 is probably a preferable number. In the rear, the little boot, the little hatch. Enough for a day's shopping, enough for a weekend away. If you need to increase, you need to leave your passengers back at home and drop the back seats. Then it makes it quite a usable little car for 2 people and quite a lot of cargo if you need it. The one thing you have to remember is, though it says 4x4 on the back, that's for show, not for go. Same at the front. This car, it doesn't have any particular ride-out advantages. It is just as it is. A small, compact little car, ideally suited to towns or tight rural back roads. Also, various surfaces. But if it's what you need and what you want, you'll go a long way to actually come across anything a far more capable all-rounder in this size of vehicle than Suzuki's new Swift 4-wheel drive. Suzuki Swift 4x4 as a performance motor, you will be disappointed, regrettably. The little 94 brake engine develops 118 feet-pounds of torque, which only cut in over 4,000 revs, about 4.8, which means you are pushing it quite hard. Likewise, to ensure the road tax has been kept to zero, emissions are down, power's been kept down, everything has been kept so that the buyer will have a car that costs them nothing in respect of road tax. The plus side is, it's good for the environment, it's good for the wallet. It gets by, it gets going, but it doesn't do it overly quickly. Also, you have to rev it quite hard, and if you back off, you will find the revs die. You will need to get yourself back down the gears. Apart from that, very nicely weighted steering, wheel at each corner, handles like a go-kart. You've no worry or wonder where anything is. The car reacts to instant input. It's light to drive, good visibility all round. Admittedly in the back, 3 passengers that it claims can sit there. They're going to be there for a push. They're not going to want to go too far in it. Apart from that, instrumentation's nice and clear. It's all well built. Suzuki don't make bad cars, but they make cars that last. If you ever look at an older Suzuki, unless it's been badly treated, the interior is invariably as good now as it was when it was new. Everything's there, it's nice, clear, simple, very easy to use. The vehicle is very easy to drive. As I said, the only problem you might have, you may feel at times that you're having to push and rev the engine hard. Don't worry about that. It's a variable valve engine, which means it has been designed to rev hard. It has been designed to get itself up the red range and get towards the red line. The engine and the rest of the car have been designed for that. Benefit of the 4x4 is it isn't its performance, it's what it can do. Greasy surfaces, snow, ice, rough tracks, fields to a degree, although it isn't an out-and-out off-roader, it takes them all in its stride. Viscous coupling, which means you don't need to do anything, it does it all itself and distributes the drive to the rear wheels as and when it sees fit. The technology is taken from the same mechanical developments as the new SX4 S-Cross. Okay, the S-Cross as a control, you can tell the four-wheel drive system what it's likely to encounter. On the Swift, no. But it doesn't need to. It does it all itself. It does it very happily. It's fuss-free. It's one of those vehicles that you can put somebody who has never driven a four-wheel drive behind the wheel of, and they will drive it about happily, knowing that the car will do it all for them. Apart from that, if you want a small city car, small rural car, a car that will go where you want it, when you want it, irrespective of the environment, great little motor. And the one thing about Suzuki's is, as I've just said, they last. And they're quite stylish. Granted, some of their earlier efforts into small cars were singularly boring, but with the Swift, the new Swift, they've cracked it. It's a nice, attractive, European-looking car, and the sort of car that appeals to a whole cross-section. The 4x4 version, once again, enhancing the model's appeal to a broader cross-section who are looking for ability over performance. If you fancy one, get yourself down to your Suzuki dealer and go for a test. So from Motoring Northwest, the new Suzuki Swift 4x4 from the Huntroid Estates, it's safe driving until next time.